Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today I figured I'd give you an update on where we're at with over-the-counter threshold method, what's going on, what units are closed. If you're not familiar with any of this, it's basically like reporting bear and mountain lion. You have 48 hours to report a deer kill. It's unit by unit. Certain units have a certain amount of deer that can be taken. Once it meets that threshold limit, say 35 deer are allowed to be taken in that unit. Once it meets 35 deer, the unit's shut down. However, let's say if 35 deer were killed on a Monday, then you can still hunt till Wednesday and you might end up killing 60 deer, which is what happened in one unit. So they go over the limits sometimes, but it allows hunters to still be, that are out there in the field, to be able to still harvest and not break the law, which is a good thing. So we'll go over that. I'm going to show you everything that I have. I made an Excel sheet last night. You can go to Arizona Game and Fish, and I'll show you the website. I'll have it in the link below where you can go and you can look at this and look at what units are closed. You can look at it online, or you could call them, and I'll have all that information in the link below and on the screen. So thanks for watching. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can follow along. I'm going to be trying to go week by week with this threshold and show you which units are being shut down and kind of the implications of that. So if you're interested in following that kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, like the page, like the video, help us out. We take veterans out hunting and fishing to combat veteran suicide, raise suicide awareness on this channel in general. So if any one of you are having suicide ideation, please reach out, talk to somebody, let them know what you're going through. It's not the answer, all right? It's not the answer to kill yourself, all right? It's just gonna cause more problems for other people. You're just gonna transfer your problems to other people. It's not worth it, all right? So get out there, get out in the outdoors, do some exercising, you know, push your limits, and break that mediocrity, and you're gonna find some truth there. All right, you're gonna find yourself in that aspect. So yeah, thanks for watching, and let's get into it. Okay, so what we have here is an Excel sheet that I made last night on the 25th. I updated it this morning on the 26th. The 25th, there was 414 deer killed, and then this morning at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., I guess it is, at 10 a.m., there was 423 deer killed. So we had about 10 deer killed this morning. And so that brings us to 423 total deer this year that have been killed. We are on the 26th, so that is, we started on the 19th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days into the season. And yeah, so as you can see, Unit 1 right here is closed. They met the harvest limit at the 24th. It was probably before the 24th, well before, so it was within the first 4 days of the unit being open for hunting. They met that limit, and they went over, obviously. 151% was the amount of deer that was killed in that unit. They went over the 35 deer that was allotted. Again, like I said before, when they go to Wednesday, so even if they met that number on Monday, they still let hunters hunt in the field and take deer until Wednesday, which is why we have that over amount of deer being killed in that unit. Just from what is going on, this unit right here is probably going to be no longer a thing for over-the-counter archery. They have one more year. If it happens like this again next year, which I'm guessing it will happen like this again next year, that fast, they will shut this unit down and they will move it to a draw only, and there will no longer be over-the-counter archery. That is what the harvest threshold is implementing. That is what is going on with it. That is just the reality of what this harvest threshold is all about. I do like the harvest threshold limit. I do like it. I like the reporting. I think it's actually really cool that we're being able to see this. I just don't like the fact that we're going to be taking units away, unit by unit, and just putting more pressure on other units. And I have a really big question with this down here now. 6B. I've hunted 6B mule deer, okay? I've hunted 6B 2 years in a row. And there is way more, way more deer in 6B, like bucks, little 2x2s, yearling deer, and all that stuff in this unit than just 20. Okay, now they haven't met that limit yet, but it is a stupid easy hunt. It's super easy. I just don't understand why they only let 20, 20 mule deer being able to be taken in that unit. In other units, they let like 50 or 60 mule deer be taken in a unit. So this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I don't know a whole lot about the other units. I don't know a whole lot about Unit 1, but I'm guessing Unit 1 and Unit 27 have a lot of deer in them because they are the first 2 units to go out. Now, of course, if there's, they break it up, so if mule deer meets the threshold, like in 6A, once mule deer hits the threshold, you will no longer be able to take a mule deer in 6A, but you can still hunt 6A for whitetail. You still have only 25% of 6A for whitetail for Coues deer has been met. So you still got 75% more hunting you can do for Coues deer in that unit. And that's kind of how that works. Same with any antler. Of course, if these ones, like Unit 1 meets the threshold, it's completely done. No more bow hunting for deer in that unit for the rest of the year. And this is going to be closed until next August of 2023. So an entire year, this is going to be closed, this unit will be. No longer will you be able to hunt in it at all. Same with all the other units. So just to reiterate, we have 3 units that have been closed down, okay? 3 units have closed down. And yeah, that doesn't mean the whole unit's shut down. Like I said before, you can still hunt in those units if you have whitetail or another species that is open, vice versa for mule deer. So 24A, just like this, like I'm saying, 5 mule deer were met within 5 days of the season. You can no longer hunt mule deer in that unit, but you can hunt whitetail. So you only got 8% of the whitetail that have been harvested in that unit. So you can still hunt 24A. 27, same thing. You can still hunt it for whitetail. But mule deer was taken, 55 and was the limit, and 63 was taken. It's 115% over the threshold limit. So yeah, so there you go. The 3 units that have been shut down is Unit 1 is completely shut down. 24A and 27 are still open for Coues deer. So you can still hunt Coues deer in those units. But you cannot take a mule deer in those units. So Unit 1 and Unit 27 are right by each other, and they both limited out. So there's a lot of mule deer over there from what I'm seeing. I've never hunted those units. I don't know what they're like. So I imagine it's like 6B where there's just a bunch of little 2x2s running around, little yearling bucks. And that's why they were able to meet that threshold so quickly. Okay, so let's go over here and discuss what these numbers are for a little bit. Like I said before, we have 3 hunts that have been closed down. This is the total amount of deer that can be taken from August 19th to September 8th and December 19th or December 9th to January 31st. 3,035 deer are allowed to be taken for archery hunters in total. We have taken 423 so far. That puts us at 13.9% of our total harvest, of our total goal towards the 3,000 number here. This 3,000 number now is based off of a 5-year mean of what the Game and Fish take for rifle hunters' success. So last year rifle hunters only took 11,226. If we were to get 20%, because that's what is given to archery hunters is 20% of the rifle hunter success. If they were just to base that off of last year of 2021 kills, then we'd only be allowed to take 2,200 deer. Okay, so let's go over the 2020 numbers and kind of why they implemented the threshold method. Archery hunters in 2020 took approximately, roughly, they don't know this for sure, but their estimate is 3,568 deer, which is 24.52% of what we're allowed to take, which we are only allowed to take 20%, which would have been 2,911 deer taken based off of the 14,553. Now the Game and Fish do not use this exact number. They don't go year by year, whatever rifle takes. It's what the archery takes. They take the 5-year mean, so their numbers might be a little different here. They might have, if anything, they're going to have a little bit more. They're not going to have any less than this, I wouldn't assume. And either way, it puts us over our 20%, which is why they implemented the threshold method. Now, the only reason why they're implementing the threshold method is because the Game and Fish do not get hunters' questionnaires back. They don't get enough information from hunters themselves to know exactly how many deer are being taken. If hunters would just submit their questionnaires and say, I took this deer or I didn't take this deer, even say I didn't harvest a deer, is good information for the Game and Fish. If hunters would just do that, then the Game and Fish wouldn't be forced to change policies, to change regulations, and to implement things like this. They would have a better idea of what is going on with hunters and how many they're actually taking out there. So it's kind of our fault that we're not doing it, and their questionnaires are super low. I mean, there's 30,000 archery hunters in 2020, and only 6,900 of them reported, what they took. So these just aren't good numbers. All right, we need higher numbers. We need hunters to submit that stuff, and it's not difficult to do. You can go online right now to the Game and Fish website and submit your harvest report for the last 2 years, I believe. And so hunters really need to do this. Okay, so please step up, fill out those questionnaires. Even if you mandatory report, if they're still doing the questionnaires, just fill them out. I don't know if they're still doing that for deer right now or not, since there's mandatory reporting, but I don't know. Do your due diligence, get out there, look at what you got to do to report what you take and what you don't take. All right, this is good to do. So other than that, that's where we're at. 423 deer have been taken, 3 hunts have been closed, 1 unit is completely closed to hunting, and that's unit 1. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to do each week, probably like on Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to go ahead and do a video like this where I'm giving us an update of exactly where we're at. If you want to get this PDF, you can go to harvestlandtv.com and you can see the PDF and download it for yourself. Yeah, just check this out. Go over there, you can download the PDF, and it's all free, and see the numbers for yourself. So you can also have go to the Game and Fish website and see exactly unit by unit which ones are being closed. They update that pretty good. It seems to be continuous from what I've seen. But yeah, thanks for watching, and God bless.